Good evening, everybody. Once again, this is the UFC 164 post-fight recap with Standing for Thunderheart. And tonight, wow, great fights that we have. What a way to end the summertime, right? Also, for all those people, for everybody who lives here in America, happy Labor Day weekend and Labor Day in general. So, like I said, what a way to end the summer. And boy, like I said, there were plenty of some good fights tonight. Unpredictabilities, everything like that. So rather than waste a lot of time talking, I'm going to tell you about the fights, so here you go. Now, in the first fight right there is Jared Hamman versus Magnus Sidleblad. And the winner is Magnus Sidleblad via a submission with a guillotine choke in his first UFC victory. So congratulations to the awesome fighting Swede from Sweden. And Ryan Couture versus Iaquinta, and the winner is Iaquinta via a unanimous decision. So Ryan Couture just got outstruck and I got pounded out, and better luck next time. And Sal Palelei versus Nikita Krylov, and the winner is Sal Palelei via a TKO victory. I heard that he really beat the crap out of Krylov and really destroyed him, and he had to be stopped, so congratulations, Sal Palelei, on that victory. And Chico Camus versus Kang, and the winner is Chico Camus via unanimous decision. So I heard that was pretty decent as well, so not too bad. Anyways, next battle here, let's see, Pascal Krauss versus Hyun Lim. And the winner is Hyun Lim via a TKO victory. What it all boils down to it, these two really started basically, throwing combinations towards each other in the face, and there was some leg kicks that were going on. But what was really going on was, of course, and I thought Pascal was going to get him because he had some good shots there. But Hyun Lim hung in there and just started swinging back. But what was the beginning and the end was that he actually hit him right there in the head when he of course he took to get him a good hit right there in the head while Krauss was trying to hit him, but he missed. And then that's when Krauss fell down, and that's when I was like, uh-oh. When I saw that, that's when I thought, oh no, this is the beginning and the end with this guy. But then Hyun Lim didn't really get aggressive enough at first, I didn't think, but he just hung in there. He didn't do anything stupid, but he kept the momentum going, doing some other punches, and kept on rocking him, and even tried to slap a guillotine choke, let him escape, let him up, and he kept on throwing punches, rocking him to a point where he was leaning against the fans a couple times. But when the beginning at the end, when he really went, where it really was the final blow that got him down permanently, at least for the knockout, was he threw a nice flying knee right there in the jaw. That's when it really drops him, and that's when he ducked him, and that's when the referee stopped the fight and awarded Hyun Lim the victory. So congratulations, Hyun Lim, on that. And in his next fight, the flyweight fight, was Gaudinot. Louis Gaudinot versus Tim Elliot, and the winner is Tim Elliot via unanimous decision. Louis Gaudinot did what he did during the striking. And of course, but Tim Elliott, man, he was so unpredictable. He was just hitting him in the striking, kicking him. But man, he even did some silliness when he actually rolled to the ground, trying to take him down. And Lewis was all laughing about it, but he thought, okay, that was a good one. That was a good one. But what was not good for Gaudinot was when Tim Elliott not only outstruck him a couple times on the feet, but when he really took him down, that's where he really did the damage. Not just one round, not just 2 rounds, but all 3 rounds. And every time when Tim Elliott gets Gaudinot down, he just wasn't letting him up, and he just kept so busy that the referee had no choice but to keep him, let him busy. He couldn't even stand him up. That was how busy Tim Elliott really got. And so congratulations, Tim Elliott, on an awesome, dominating unanimous decision victory. Wow. In the event, and the same thing what happened in this fight also happened in the last one, as Jimmy Varner versus Gleison Tibau, and the winner is Gleison Tibau via unanimous decision. The only difference about it was, of course, Jimmy Varner in the third round was trying to make a comeback. You see, what happened was Gleison Tibau really dominated him once he had him on the ground and really was grinding and pounding him and submission attempts and things like that. But, of course, Jimmy Varner tried to come at him aggressively, try to take him down, but it was too little too late. Gleison Tibau still had enough energy. He was still able to ward him off and was still able to beat him up. So, anyways, Jimmy Varner had a good outing in the third round, but it wasn't enough. It was not enough. So Gleison Tibau was awarded a unanimous decision victory. Congratulations to Gleison Tibau. And what's next for him? Let's see now if he starts start fighting more top guys, and then start going for the contendership for the welterweight title. I would like to see him go up against George St. Pierre at some point. We'll see what happens with that. Let's see what happens. Now, in this next bout is two American 24-year-old studs, Erik Koch versus Dustin Poirier, and the winner via unanimous decision is Dustin Poirier. I mean, it was just a really great fight overall with these two guys. I mean, these two guys, especially in the first round, mind you, when Dustin Poirier dropped Erik Koch and then tries to ground and pound him, but then Erik Koch actually had him in a triangle choke for a long time. Even had him in a triangle choke in all different positions, but wow, I mean, Poirier weathered the storm. He was able to get out of it. And then in the second round, he was actually able to drop Erik Koch again and was trying to do some ground and pound, but Erik Koch still came back and still kept fighting. He still kept fighting and did what he had to do to survive, and he kept fighting. And then, of course, in the third round, those two, first of all, Dustin Poirier was starting to gas out in the third round. I was a little surprised. Dustin Poirier usually in a better shape, and Erik Koch, well, he was already getting beat up anyway, so he was gassing out to begin with too, but Dustin Poirier couldn't really finish him in the third round the way he should have. I feel, anyway, that he should have finished Erik Koch in the third round when he grounded and pounded him, but he couldn't do anything because he gassed out. He gassed out badly, so... But congratulations, Dustin Poirier, anyway, in unanimous decision victory. And this is going to get him back. He's now back in the win column since he lost to the Korean Zombie. So excellent for Dustin Poirier. And in this next bout in the featherweight division is Ben Rothwell versus Brendan Vera. And the winner is Ben Rothwell via TKO. This is Ben Rothwell's second victory now. Yes, he's finally getting something going for him because he has been losing a lot in the past. But he's starting to get more going for him. And one of the key things was, of course, Brendan Vera, the first two rounds, the second and the first and second was striking him. He was, of course, running, but he was also strategizing with kicks in the stomach especially, and also striking him to a certain degree. And Ben Rothwell was getting his nose bloody and things like that, but what really got it going, and that was what was really beginning the end, believe it or not, was not a real hard shot from Ben Rothwell, an uppercut to Brendan Vera, even though that rocked him, but that's not what really defeated Brendan Vera. You know what really defeated Brendan Vera? I'll show you. That's when Brendan Rothwell was starting to really get on it. He was like this, shaking, jiving. He's like this. He basically was sucking him out, was doing this, the same way what Brendan Vera was doing it to him earlier, and that got him a little psyched out. That's when Ben Rothwell went for the kill. That's what really got Brendan Vera messed up in the head. It wasn't the uppercut, it was all that shaking and jiving that Brendan Vera, nobody else expected it. That was really cool of Brendan Rothwell to do something like that, psych him out, and bam, right there. And he started hitting him, beating him up, kneeing him, and he finally just wailed on him, and then Brendan Vera tried to escape by rolling over, but Brendan Rothwell just hit him again, and the referee had to stop the fight. My goodness. Oh, I got calmed down, but congratulations, Brendan Rothwell, on an awesome victory. It's really awesome to see now when guys start, when one's losing, and then you start to see him move up more. So, Ben Rothwell, I think he's got a new burst of energy, or something happened with him, but I hope he keeps this up, because I like to see people who were, like, I would say, jobbers or who's supposed to be losers are now moving up and becoming winners. So I like to see that. I like to see that more often. I like to see Ben Rothwell more often coming. So excellent. So, and then of course, in this next one was Chad Mendes versus Guida. And the winner is Chad Mendes via TKO victory. I mean, Clay Guida, of course, is always a ball of fire. And with Clay Guida, you always know the fight's going to be very interesting anyway. Especially against Chad Mendes. Now, these two, of course, had a great outing in the first two rounds. I mean, they were going back and forth, they were bouncing, they were hitting, and then they were dodging, yet they were being careful. And there was Chad Mendes even took him down in the first, in the first round, he took him down and was trying to ground and pound him, but Clay Guida was just too much ball of fire, too much ball of energy, that Chad Mendes couldn't really get a real advantage over him. Sure, he got some advantage over him via striking, and he was tiring him out. But at the very, very beginning, the end, in the third round, actually at the beginning of the third round, about, I would say 30 seconds or something like that, that's when Chad Mendes extinguished the ball of fire that is Clay Guida, when he actually gave him a good hook punch, hit him right near the fence. He collapsed, and Chad Mendes hit him, and that's when it was beginning the end. So congratulations, Chad Mendes, on an awesome TKO victory against a very ball of fiery entity like Clay Guida. So excellent. And in this next fight right there for the co-main event, two former world champions, Frank Mir versus Josh Barnett. And the winner in the first round is Josh Barnett via TKO victory. It didn't really take long. I mean, sure, they came out swinging and hitting each other and so forth, but Josh Barnett, with all that power at the end, and just put him against the fence, really hit him, kneed him in the gut, elbows, and it just really, he just kept on going and going, and then he kept on, just tied him up, just hitting him, and then when he finally landed a nice knee to the head, Frank Mir just went down. The referee just straight out called a fight. Frank Mir got up, tried to protest, too little, too late. It was in vain, and Josh Barnett was rewarded victor. That's all it was to it. Josh Barnett dominated Frank Mir, and so congratulations, Josh Barnett, returning to UFC and dominated Frank Mir, the former world champion. What can I say? And in the main event, I'm going to play it to you like this. I'm going to say it like this. We have a new UFC lightweight champion, and his name is Anthony Showtime Pettis. Yes. And who did he defeat, of course? Benson Henderson, of all people. And how did he did it? Via a submission victory with an armbar in the first round. Yes, exactly what I just said. Basically, what it all boils down to is this. And this happened in the first round. Benson Henderson tried to weaken his legs, so he couldn't be mobile. He couldn't throw any fancy kicks or jump kicks. Didn't do him any good because he was still able to do some of the kicks. He was not only that, he was actually able to kick him in the ribs about 3-4 times. That weakened him, and I know it hurt him. It hurt him. Not only that, but he also tried to, of course, he tried to do like a nice capoeira kick when Benson Henderson caught him though, and tried to ground fight him and try to ground and pound. But Benson Henderson did not expect that Anthony snuck in a armbar from the side, had it locked in, and Benson Henderson tried to escape it. But when he tries to put him on basically when he had him on his stomach, he had it locked in. His elbow gave out so much that Benson Henderson tapped. And now Anthony Pettis is your new UFC lightweight champion of the world. So yes, so congratulations, Anthony Pettis. Now you know what? Even though Benson Henderson was an exciting fighter, now we really have an exciting fighter as a champion now in Anthony Showtime Pettis. Let's see, and I think now for the UFC lightweight division, it's showtime now. It is definitely showtime. I just thought I'd say that. I thought that was really cool. Well, in the event, this is, I'm standing with on the heart. This was a great UFC event overall. What do you guys think about the event? What do you guys think? I like to get some feedback. So comment, share, subscribe. And like, oh yeah, also like, of course, too. Like, share, and subscribe. Anyways, take care, and have a great Labor Day weekend. Party responsibly. Healing is all that is.